Just be like, this looks like we're like standing
Yo,
over
what's
the...
up?
Yeah, or like we just beat up the viewer or something, like we're about to...
Anyway. Okay, so we just got finished watching Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, unfortunately. Don't vomit on me, you ass. That legit sounded like you were actually going to because your stomach like...
Revenge of the Fallen, more like Revenge of the Vomit.
Shut up.
Go to your corner again, bitch.
Okay.
Don't turn... Think about what you did.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Okay, right now. That was Logan's timeout session. Alright, what did we just watch?
I would say a gigantic pile of dog shit, but frankly that's a disgrace to dog shit. I'm just saying, I know about dog shit, okay? I gotta pick it up every day when I walk my dog, so...
Logan, go to your corner again, please. Don't pick up your fucking dog and put her in the corner. Look at her face, she doesn't like this.
she tried to lick mine.
Okay, well, anyway.
Okay. There you go, Belle.
So, anytime you say something stupid, if I'm over here and we record one of these, I'm just going to put you in your corner.
This movie is completely god-awful.
The thing that I really didn't understand, we're just going to, like we always do, bits of the movie that really didn't make any sense. Okay, so, when Optimus died, spoilers, except he's in the third fucking movie.
No one cares about the plot of this movie, let's be honest.
No, when they bring him back to base, they just fucking drop him. It's like the most disgraceful thing. It's like, what if this was a human and they were like, it's like, oh, we must pay our respects. They just drop him out of the fucking plane.
Imagine like a respected general and like Arlington having a funeral and they just drop his body into a casket.
Like, what?
Optimus does the same thing though, because remember when he uses Jetfire's parts as a power-up at the end?
That has nothing to do with dropping someone out of shit.
He just throws them aside.
We're gonna cut this part out. Okay, so that had nothing. Why did you say Optimus does the same thing when that's an exact opposite thing?
Dropping like he drops parts of Jetfire, but
he dropped another whole human, is what you're saying?
No, not a human. I'm just saying in terms of like just disrespecting the dead.
But he told them to whatever.
Optimus, take my parts.
I mean, it's still stupid, but he did tell him to take his parts.
Take my parts.
It's not disrespectful if it's what he wanted.
No, he told him to do that, but then afterwards he just discards
Optimus didn't say, when I die, drop my body from an airplane and have no respect for it. That's not what happened.
His last words to Sam.
No, his last words were, run, Sam. I'm like, run fucking where? That was pure luck. By the way, I wish there was a gif of the run he made. It was like... Just into Bumblebees.
Hell yeah, he was pretty lucky considering he ran through this like forest with
the forest that happened to be just right outside of the
30-second drive from the college to the forest.
Well, there are zero transitions in this movie, which sometimes help, but sometimes don't. Like, for some reason, they were like, all right, we gotta go to Washington, D.C., and they're just in Washington, D.C., the next shot. And we're like, what? What? And then the time from Megan Fox, she's like, all right, I'll get a plane, I'll be there in a second.
And she's literally there in a second.
You know, she's like, I'll be there, just let me get a flight, it'll be a day or something like that. And, like, that whole event, that whole event took place within, like, a couple minutes. I don't know how long the flight is, but Jesus.
I mean, it would depend on where she's,
When did that phone call take place, too, honestly?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no sense of, like, time or anything like that, because why would there be?
Okay, let's also talk about the racist robots.
Any bad robot out there better get ready for an ass whooping.
Anyways, so... yeah, these two god-awful characters.
Oh, look at this mother...
Are you getting that exactly?
They're annoying.
Alright, so...
I think he's scared.
What are we gonna do with this shrimp taco?
No, just bump a cap in his ass, throw him in the truck, and then nobody gonna know nothing, not me.
Yeah, not in my trunk.
Jetfire, okay, Here's my main complaint of the movie. One of my main complaints of the movie. Jetfire has, like... He's falling apart and everything. The Fallen came before him. The Fallen should not be existing at this point because if Jetfire's falling the fuck apart, there should be nothing left of the Fallen.
I hate to, like... I'll say this, like, maybe you could say it's because he used to be a Prime, so he's, like, special or whatever, but they don't explain that or imply it, so...
Yeah, Optimus was a Prime that will last forever. No, he fucking got what the fuck?
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, like, without dying from getting ass blasted, but...
That wasn't ass blasted. Go to your fucking corner.
Okay, if we do this every time, we're not going to get a review. Anyways.
Get a review. We're going to go to the store and get a review.
Shut up. So, it's just like... By the way, what we were saying about Skids and Mudflap, I'm never complaining about Jar Jar ever again. The fact that people would complain about Jar Jar in a world where Skids and Mudflap exist is like... It's kind of...
you said during the review... Anybody who compares those creatures to Jar Jar, like, that's an insult to Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, you disgrace one of the most disliked characters in cinema by comparing them.
If they were to say, "Oh, you mean Jar Jar Bickle?"
This garbage sucks.
God, this movie. It might as well have been written by the same writers. Because, alright, here's a fun fact. Oh, what was that fun fact you looked up earlier?
Oh, yeah, okay, so basically, like, part of the story of the movie is that this asshole gets put in charge of the division that's...
Can I just cut you just for a second? Because I love how in movies, especially bad movies, like, oh, this piece of paper says... Oh, they just shove it at people. I'm like, that's... You just, like, harass a soldier.
Here's my clearance. This can't be faked, by the way.
Yeah,
if I...
Let me throw this at your face. If I was a military guy, I'd be like, "Oh, really?"
It's like, yeah. I just typed up a god awful Harry Potter fan fiction and shove it in
Here's
your face,
my government.
but I look officially.
He's like, and Harry's who wrote this?
He gets put in charge of like the division or whatever that does that's handling the Decepticon related stuff or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, the president put me in charge. And the funny thing is, the reason that they actually had Obama in like Shonen News broadcast because Michael Bay like just met with him by chance.
Which isn't the same story I was talking to you about.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, you can go on that one. I was just gonna say, but it's the funny thing is that technically that makes him the bad guy, even though Bay voted for Obama and is a registered Democrat. So it's like that's how that kind of shows that.
How about the other story that we were
thought
alluding to with the island that they wrote?
Oh yeah, the island on Diego Garcia, where Optimus and the other Autobots convene with the military. See, Diego Garcia was an island in the Indian Ocean that the British government bought land for. And they forced the inhabitants off of that land to have a military base.
They just
and then Optimus Prime, Mr. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings,
is just talking to them on the. I'm pretty sure if he heard that transpired there, they'd be like, "Oh God, this place reeks of idiocy.
You humans are god awful."
What did they do to Devastator?
I am directly below. Enemy scrotum.
There is a human that gets teabagged by a fucking transformer.
Hold on.
I swear to God, if you do teabag joke, you're going to your corner again.
I was gonna actually pull out a teabag. Just
what was that noise?
Frustration. But that does take us to another point about this movie: is the unnecessary and like just immature, unnecessary, unfunny, unneeded sexual humor.
Also, is it just me? Is this just me? Do all the characters say whatever the fuck comes to their mind, and then they just express, "Oh, that's humor." The fuck. There was literally Simmons at one point when he was getting into the green car was just saying shit, and like. It didn't mesh with what they were talking about before. Like, the kid was freaking out before in the car, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, what is that? He tased him in the neck, which earlier he tased him before, and that didn't have any lasting effects like that. But anyway, this is what infuriates me the most. he gets out of the car. They basically kick him out. They go separate ways, and then so he goes with Simmons. He's like, "You tased me. You owe me this." I'm like, "You were just freaking out 2 fucking seconds ago. Why are you suddenly trying to be a hero? That makes no sense." I mean, yeah. Just
Also, Jetfire can teleport, which is
no. They said that was like
or Space Bridge or whatever.
Which, when the fuck was that explained in any Transformers lore up until that point? At least in this continuity, there was no explanation. In Prime, space bridging is an important thing. In Transformers Prime.
Yeah, in most continuities it is.
So you just randomly my hands will fucking.
Yeah, by the way, I have a space bridge inside me.
Some fucking.
I can teleport, which we use to get to Egypt, but not to get to anything we need.
They just so happen to go to Egypt. He just, for all we know, he could have just been teleporting. There was no explanation on what the fuck he was doing.
But what was I saying earlier about the humor? So it's we can divide it into 3 categories, which is I was gonna say actually amusing, not funny at all, and would have possibly been funny in a different movie,
like in a romantic comedy or something.
Yeah, or something that's not Transformers, like I think you said earlier when there's a scene, 2 scenes with dogs humping each other, with a dog humping another.
And then we will hopefully we can find a clip when they were running from the house exploding.
Okay. That was an actually funny moment.
Yeah. Not only did they shoot dogs humping, they shot a dog humping twice, and they shot a Transformer humping a fucking human.
Name's Willie. Yeah. Say my name. Say my name.
Can you stop?
Why were there 3 humping jokes in one film?
I was gonna say
I am infuriated that this exists. I swear to God, if you find this clip of Bay saying this, I'll buy you lunch. Because he literally says, at one point in the fucking documentary, he's like, "You know what'd be funny? I thought it'd be funny if you put 2 wrecking balls over here." I'm like, what the fuck? You thought of that last minute too? What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
But yeah, I have to wonder if that was the last minute touch that crashed the ILM computers.
Yeah, nothing else.
It was just
the testicles, the 2 fucking wrecking balls.
But what was I saying earlier? Because I think you said this, or we kind of said this when we watched it. They shot on film twice a dog getting humped by another dog for use in a Transformers movie, which is based on a series of toys sold to children. About alien robots that turn into cars.
Hey, hold on. It's based on the Transformers action figures.
Oh, right. According to the credits.
That's how they excuse it, though. It's like, it's just the action figures. We have license to run.
It still doesn't make any sense.
Listen. I think we've said enough, but enough.
No, we haven't.
Oh, what more was there?
Hold on. I know we haven't said enough. I'm just.
Enough that I can stomach to remember, honestly.
Right.
I have a big stomach.
How about there's a... Like
you
said earlier...
I was
going to say, like you said earlier, there's a lot of, dick jokes and ball...
There were 2 bald... He was like, he got tased himself in the balls, and he was like, how many times can you taste yourself in the balls before you have kids? I'm like, who fucking asked that question?
Maybe a funny line in a different movie.
It's still...
But even then, it wouldn't have been, a really funny one. It would have been,
And then what was the other one? You said, "This is a beautiful moment," except you landed on my balls.
Yeah.
Really? The same fucking guy made the same type of humor. Don't know.
There's a robot with a dick, which is
I wish
amazing.
you could find a picture of that. Seriously.
Yeah, there's a John Turturro in a thong.
Wait, don't find a picture of that.
No.
That is only need to be seen once.
I was gonna say though, technically Devastator is not the first Transformer with testicles, because I would go to Heinrad from Beast Wars Neo, but he had an excuse though, because he's based on an animal that is known for that both biologically and mythologically to have that feature. So he has an excuse, and also he's from an anime no one cares about. But By the way, I own a Heinrad toy, so you can tell I live my life well. I paid
A quarter mile at a
I
time.
bought a
God,
Transformer.
if Transformers cross over Fast and Furious, how cool would that be, honestly?
Yeah, that'd probably be good. I don't know. I never watched.
No,
any
it
Fast and
wouldn't be
Furious
good. It wouldn't be good. Listen to me, Hollywood. Are you listening? Don't do it.